Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi, as well as our online audience tuning in live around the world. We really appreciate you all being with us as well. And we're celebrating another milestone here in 2020, our 600th guest of the year. And I'm so excited to welcome back Karon Joseph Riley to our program. He's not only known as an actor, so some amazing projects like the television show Saints and Sinners, one of my favorites, Ambitions, but also this year adding other slashes behind his name as a director, producer, and also as an entrepreneur. We'll talk to him about the journey, what it's been like for him to do work that he loves, how he's been able to stay motivated during these challenges, as well as how he's been able to motivate others. If you all are not staying connected with Karon, of course, we'll let you know how to do that. But Karon, thank you so much again for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Man, appreciate you too, King. I'm just always honored when you give me a call and just keep adding me part of the journey because I know your journey is just as great as mine.
Well, look, man, I appreciate that, man. I mean, a lot for us to talk about here, and definitely want to be mindful of your time. But I want to talk about 2020 because a lot of people went into this year, Karon, and you probably heard it like I did. This was going to be their year. This was going to be the moment for them. And unfortunately, because of things that happened to them or the way that the year kind of evolved around them, they didn't do the things they wanted to do or weren't able to do them. But you've continued to do just as, your moniker says. You've been able to keep pedaling, to keep moving. What has it been like for you to be able to address this year and still be able to move forward?
Well, Cyrus, I was like everybody else, man. Going into the year, coming off the year I had with Ambitions and Saints and all the stuff that was coming towards me in my universe, I was just as excited as everybody else. But at some point, I have to be who I say I am, right? So
right.
We started the year off, and I started the year off. I wrote my first pilot, produced that, shot it, got it done. Got that done off the top of the year. Went right to Coins for Love production for TV1. We knocked that out. Then I turned around and shot another independent film called Messages in a Bottle, like a psychological thriller piece. And then I finished off and went right to Denver and shot another thriller with my project film called Red Winter. Now this was right towards the peak, right when it was starting to bubble up with the virus and all that. And literally When I landed back in Georgia from that trip, I had told myself, I said, all right, look, I'm going to take a month off. I just shot basically 40 days and 40 nights. I'm already on a great pace. I'm going to just take a month off, recharge, and go right back into it. Finish up the fellas, get it ready to go, and get it ready to pitch and do all those things. And then the virus hit. And like everybody else, Cyrus, I kind of took that as a sign from a greater power of like, all right, it's time to kind of reboot and really analyze where you are as a person in your family life, in your interpersonal life and friendships, where you are in your career, just where you are in your own spirit and who you are as a person. Then pile that on top of the racial things that's been going on with George Floyd and all that, kind of kicking all that off with the Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery. All that kind of happened within a 6-week period, felt like, right?
Right.
So I took I'll be honest, man, I stopped pedaling for a while, bro. I kind of chilled. I took a moment and said, you know what? I'm going to chill. I'm going to just take this moment and reinvest with my kids, reinvest with the wifey, and just lock in on myself a little bit, start doing some more history on my history. Started reading a lot more and just took the time and used it to actually put more fuel in me. And after about 2-3 months of the thing, I said, okay, it's time to get back on the bike and get back pedaling again. So my partners and I, Lim Collins, Mike Allen, Marcus, and all of us, we got together and said, man, what are we going to do? Are we going to be who we say we are and just keep shooting, just keep doing what we do? We content kings, we got to go get it. And we just came to a collective agreement, man. We going to keep pedaling. And through my readings and all the things, like I said, studying my history even deeper, I even got more of a superpower put in me because I realized, man, I come from people who build pyramids, man. So I'm not about to let nothing in this world stop me. So in the middle of a pandemic, I got an energy boost. You see what I'm saying? And it was like, hey, man, I knew initially going into this thing, it was going to be two kind of people that came out of this. It's going to be people that come out of it better, and it's going to be people who come out of it worse. I just made a choice to come out better. You know, that's just what it is, man.
Right. And not only come out better, Karon, you did not keep that energy to yourself. You were there using, I'll just take Instagram because that's the main way I stay connected with you, using your Instagram stories to, to inspire other people to check in that way. Is it just a part of who you are to not only to recharge and refocus yourself, but encourage other people to do that too?
Well, Cyrus, I truly believe that service to others is our rent for our time here on earth. So for me, I always believe if I figure it out, then I need to share that with my people, because the greatest gift we can ever do is to be and to inspire somebody to be their greatest selves, because that unlocks the next great person. That unlocks the next brilliant scientist or brilliant artist or brilliant media, radio mogul or actor or producer, director, with me living in my full strength and power. So if I stay in tune with myself, keep myself sharp and focused, and if I get like I said, I always get these epiphanies or these things that come to me where my spirit is constantly trying to make sense of it all, and if I get to a point where I make sense of it and it feels good and settled in my spirit, then I share it. I share it with the world. I try to give it to whoever needs to hear it that day, because when it came to the way it comes to me, usually it feels like it's not really natural. It's not all mine to keep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it comes to me, it always comes to me in a way that I'm usually outside, I'm usually doing an exercise, I'm usually in nature, I'm usually in the universal flow. So for me, it's like, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to pass this message to somebody, because it may help me for this moment, but I may trigger the young mind or the person that actually cures cancer listen to what I said, and then that's part of the purpose of my purpose. I don't think my purpose is to cure cancer, but maybe one of my antidotes or the things that hit me and make me make sense of the world may make the person who does cure cancer get clean and clear in their mind, and they can lock in. See? So that's how I believe It's all connected. I think we're all connected as a people. And for me, as a self-proclaimed talented 10th, I feel like I'm supposed to lead that way. If I have knowledge, it's my responsibility to give that back.
Yeah. You talked about the projects you were doing earlier this year, Karon. Again, adding more slashes behind your name. Most recently, for those who following you, on Instagram, again, just your name, Karon Joseph Riley. Now, of course, you're showing us how you're expanding on the brand. How does that feel to see the hard work? I mean, it's one thing to be in it, but what is it like for you to see the hard work paying off?
Man, for me, it's always confirmation, bro. I'm never been a person who says I can't. It's always why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's go. So for me, when it starts coming together, it's a confirmation for me. It's an energy boost again for me, because a year or two ago, all these things that's happening now were just ideas. They were just things that were sent to me in my blueprint, and I started to go to work on them. And now they are coming. All of it's coming into fruition. The book is coming in the first quarter next year. The clothing line, like I told you about that last time, the first time we talked, I think.
Right.
All these things are manifesting for me, and it's just, again, it's confirmation. I come from people who build pyramids, bro. When a pharaoh was born, they started building his pyramid. You know what I'm saying? It was like the day you're born, and if you start building where you're gonna be buried at by doing your work and going to work, then you just, your works take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like from day one, bro, I started building my pyramid, and I can't stop now. It's like my mentality is I come from people who build pyramids, so all of this stuff that the world is throwing at me is light work. Even with the racial injustices and all of these things, I see it. I know it's alive. I know it's real, and I just can't allow that to slow what I'm doing down. Because if I do, then I'm setting a bad example.
I'm glad you used the word example, Karon, because I want to ask you about that here. And again, I appreciate you taking out a few moments with us. Has that been something, you seem to be a person who really enjoyed the work, but has it been something easy for you to sit with that you are also an example to other people as to what they can do?
I don't really think of it that way, man. I more think of it as like, I feel like I've been inspired by so many people to get to where I am that it's just, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like Muhammad Ali was a big inspiration. My mother, Michael Jackson, Jordan, the greatest people on the planet, the black people, Malcolm X, all those people inspire me to be bigger than I can even imagine, you know. So for me, I just try to fall in line with the people that paved the way before me, you know, my ancestors and my mother and my father and all the people who sacrificed for me to be in this position with this mindset. I didn't come here programmed like this. My mother is an integral part of who I am as a man, the way I think, the way I see myself, and you know, I can never repay that, but only by honoring her, by living the fullest, fearless life that she wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's just all I'm doing, bro. I'm just paying everything back that was poured into me, and I'm trying to hopefully, in the midst of while I'm just trying to pay those coffers back, that I can fill some other ones up in some other people's lives, and along the way, man, you know, hopefully I can make a difference.
Right. Well, you definitely are doing that, man, and I appreciate you so much. Again, everyone, Karon Joseph Riley has been our guest. As I mentioned, he's an individual who's been known not only for acting, but also in being able to make an impact. Now, of course, adding director, producer behind his name, entrepreneur. And Karon, how can our audience stay connected with you, man, trying to keep up with all the great things going on with you?
Man, I'm not hard to find. I always tell them, man, Karon Joseph Riley on Instagram, Karon J. Riley on Twitter, Karon Joseph Riley on Facebook. And I always try to tell all my African indigenous people living here now that have been brought here 6 years and years ago, instead of looking for me first, I want you to look up a couple books to read. First one would be The Destruction of the Black Civilization, Christopher Columbus and the Massacre, and the not massacre, but Holocaust of African Civilization. Look that one up by John Henry Clark. And if you haven't listened to Dr. John Henry Clark, listen to his lectures. It's on iTunes. I'm pretty sure it's on all listening platforms. But if you're black and you live in America, those three things, I say look for those first, and then look for me later. And because in the midst of looking for those things and finding those things, you're going to find yourself, and you'll be doing us all a service.
Wow. That's powerful, man. Karon, man, thank you so much, man, for honoring us, being our 600th guest of 2020. Really appreciate this, man. The man, that goes without saying. You're welcome back here anytime. Looking forward to staying connected with you, man.
Always, Cyrus, man. Keep pelling, brother. Love you.
Hey, man. Love you, too. Take care, and definitely keep up the great work. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. Let's make it a great one. Take care.